Today on Outdoor Handyman Adventures, I'm going to be tuning up this Echo SRM-225 weed eater. I got a kit here, a tune-up kit, and in this tune-up kit, it's going to come, let's see what it comes with. It comes with the fuel filter, spark plug, and air filter. I'm going to go ahead and replace this part here with the choke lever here. The choke lever. I'm going to replace this choke lever and a primer bulb. The choke lever on this one is broke off, so I'm going to replace this choke lever, and I'm going to show you how to replace the primer bulb, spark plug, air filter, and the choke lever, and put in a fuel filter in the gas tank. I'm going to be showing you all that today here on Outdoor Handyman Adventures. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you have subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. And if you like content like this, always give me a thumbs up. That's always good to push my channel out there. And let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need to do, lay this to the side here, we need to take this right here off. Take this cover off. Our air filter is in here. This is our old air filter here. As you can see, it's an old air filter. It needs to be replaced. So I'm going to slide it to the side. Here, I have this tool here. This is, well, it says steel on it, but it works on my steel weed eater as well as my Echo weed eater. And it has these little star wrench here and the spark plug sockets. So what we want to do is start off on these star bolts right here on the side, and we want to take those out. Careful not to mess up any gaskets between here and the carburetor. Just want to remove this piece. Actually, I can go ahead and slide these out because I'm going to replace this part here with the new piece. We just slide these back in the hole and they go right back in there. And the way your choke, let me slide these back out. I'm going to show you the choke. As you can see, this little lever goes up. It opens the hole here where you can see through it. You close it off. That's how you choke it. That's how you work your choke. That's what it does. So let me go ahead and put these screws through here. Okay, now this is ready to go back on, but we don't want to put this on yet. We'll grab our Phillips screwdriver, and of course I grabbed the longest one I could find. I don't know why, I just grabbed the first screwdriver I could find, Phillips. And we want to take these 4 bolts out right here that holds the primer bulb in. Give me my metal tray here. I like to keep my parts in these magnet trays, that way I don't lose my parts. I already got a few parts in there for another project I'm doing. Get these 4 screws right here out. Yeah, my primer bulb was leaking, and I decided to go ahead, and since I'm going to replace the primer bulb, to go ahead and give it a full tune-up. And since I had to take this cover off, I went ahead and wanted to replace my choke cover. It's been like that for a few years. All right, and then this piece just slides right out of here. Your primer bulb here just slides right out of here. The primer bulb is it's split right there. As you can see, that my primer bulb is split. See how this one is split around this part. Sometimes they'll split across the top, and this one is apparently split on the side there. Well, I got a new primer bulb here I'm going to be installing, so I'll stick it back through here. Let's see. It goes right back in here. And this primer bulb will go into a groove. There's a groove right here. As you can see, the indentation here, this your bulb is going to set right in that indentation, just like that. So it sets in there just like that. This here will go over top of it. And then you put your 4 screws right back in here. That all tight. And now all I have to do is push this back up here and bolt this back up. And our primer bulb is installed. This is a running weed eater, so it was running prior to me taking it apart. So I don't need to clean the carburetor. It's, you know, this would be a time you clean your carburetor if your carburetor needs cleaning. But this one's running fine. The only thing wrong with it was the primer bulb was leaking. And that's the only thing really was wrong with it. But I haven't gave it a tune-up in a few years. You just want to get these bolts nice and snug. You don't want to wring it off because it's plastic and aluminum. You don't want to pop off the threads inside there and break that. Then you really messed up. So, okay, we got this back together. Choke is working good. Nothing's hanging it up. That's all good. I'm going to mash my throttle to make sure my throttle's working. And hit the primer. Primer bulb's working. Gas is in the primer bulb now. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the spark plug on here. Okay, now we're going to do the spark plug. And to do the spark plug, we just want to get this right here up. You might have to work it back and forward. Get that off. Take our tool, slide it over here. Pop it down, and the spark plug usually comes right out. Okay, here's what our old spark plug looks like. So it's, yeah, it's definitely due for a change. We'll change that right now. Now we need to open our pack up here. Let me get something to cut this pack open. Oh, it popped open. Here we go. I couldn't get it. I thought it was sealed better than what it normally is. New filter. Just lay it to the side right here. Spark plug and fuel filter. All right. Look how pretty that spark plug is. We get around here where you can see them in the camera view. And make sure they're the same size. You want to make sure the same size right here, from here up. The thread length is the same size because you don't want too long of a thread because it will hit the top of the piston and bust your piston. So I always want to make sure you got the right spark plug for it. All right. I'll take the plug, start it hand tight. All right, get it all the way tight with your hand. And then we just put this on there. Just snug it a little bit. And that's all you need to do to put your spark plug in. I just barely, you know, just snug it. That's all you need. It's snugged up in there. Don't need to wring it off in the cylinder head. You don't want to do that. Mess up any threads. Push that back on there. Now our spark plug is installed. Primer bulb's installed. Choke is installed. Now we need to put the fuel filter in. I'll lay the old parts right here. Give me the new filter. I'll slide it right here. So now we can put our new fuel. Go ahead and we just put the new fuel filter on. I mean put our new air filter on, and then we're gonna put the fuel filter on. Make sure when you put the fuel filter on, you put it on the correct way. The fuel filter, when you put it on, make sure this end here that protrudes out goes back towards this piece here, and that will slide into this piece. But when we put it on, I'm going to go ahead and put it on here first, so it lines up here. And then I can just line this part right up, should go right in place. Just like that. Air filter's on. That's done. Now we need a fuel filter. So I'm going to turn this thing up like this. Loosen our cap. Pull my pliers here. I'm going to pull the, I'm going to go ahead and take the cap out. I'm going to pull the, my cap off my gas tank. Just pull it out of the way. But I bought a carburetor kit one time with some new gas lines, fuel line kit. And it came with this wire here. And I'm going to reuse this wire I got. But just if you can get a wire to go down in here, and what you want to do is longer, it will reach in there. But just as long as you get a wire in there or something that can grab your line and pull your line out, you're pretty good. Okay, I got a wire clipped around that, but let's see here. All right, I need a rag. All right. Go ahead and cut it right there. So this piece has got a wire on there. I don't think this filter has ever been replaced. So clean off my pliers here. Get the crud out of my pliers here. Okay. Now I'm going to stick these in here and stretch out my hose a little bit. It's always good to do that. That way you can get your hose to fit your new fuel filter. And you just press it over it. And that's all we do. We just press that over top of it like that right there. I'm going to zoom in so you can see right here. Let me adjust this down where you can see what I've done. And you just press this hose all the way over this. And that's all you do. And now I'm going to just push it back down in here. Push this back into your gas tank. Okay. And you want it to go all the way down and go in. And that's all you do on that part. I'm going to get this part here. Wipe this off. I got a little dirt on there, and I don't want no dirt in my gas tank. Then I just kind of press the sides a little bit, like that right there, so it'll fit in the hole. And then just pop it in there, and it's in place. And then now you just screw this back on, just like that. And that's how you put your spark plug in, your primer bulb on, your air filter on, new choke, and fuel filter. Now, I'm going to crank it. All right, I got everything fixed on the weed eater. Once you prime the bulb up here, get the primer bulb primed up, which you'll see the gas will prime up into your bulb. Once you get your bulb primed up, your bulb should fill up with gasoline. You should have your bulb filled with gasoline right here, your primer bulb. You're probably going to need to choke it to crank it. Make sure you cut your switch on. Okay, let me put this one about halfway. So it might not even be. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I finally pulled the rope. Woo! All right, new spark plug, new fuel filter, new air filter, new primer bulb, new choke throttle cable, new choke cable, or new, not choke cable, but choke your choke lever. So we got the primer bulb on here, the choke lever on here, spark plug in here, air filter, clean new air filter in here. Oh man, this thing runs like a brand new one. See, that's how you do your tune-up with a new fuel filter and everything. Just do that with this kit. The kit I bought right here for this particular weed eater is, the number is 90152Y tune-up kit. And that's for the Echo 225 to 225, the SRM-225 Echo weed eater. So that's all you need to do to upgrade your or get your motor running like new again. So thanks for tuning in today to Outdoor Handyman Adventures. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the upcoming content. And stay tuned for more lawnmower repair videos that anyone can do with basic hand tools. Thanks for watching Outdoor Handyman Adventures.